this would be cheap.
What's up? Welcome to the Not So Morning Show. We're recording this live, but feel free to watch this afterwards. This is going to be very entertaining. Got some special guests all the way from the United States of America. They're going to tell us all about the World War III, all that good stuff. Coming up right after this.
10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a morning show. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Not So Morning
Not
Show.
so morning for me.
It's Not So Morning. So, guess what? We got. Did you know that we were live a second ago when I was talking? Did you have it?
No, I did not know.
I just went live. He was playing with that pillow. Yeah, so guess what? My parents are here in Australia. My mom will come in for a visit, but we took this time because we want to keep them awake as long as possible. That's the goal. They flew in. What time did you say you felt like it was when we
I thought it was 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, you thought it was 3 in the afternoon, but it was 7 a.m.
Yes.
So it's gonna be tricky. If you look down at the clocks down there, it's your time zone right now. It's 5:45 yesterday.
Correct.
Yesterday.
It's crazy. I
Isn't that
lost a
crazy?
day. We lost a whole day.
Did you even realize when you flew out here that you're losing a day? Because you told us originally you're coming here on the 7th.
Well, I'd heard that we're going to lose a day. I didn't know how it was going to play out. I hadn't thought through it. But yeah, and we'll gain it back. So when we go back.
Yeah, but you lose it with us.
That's true. Yeah, that's the negative part of it.
That's the negative part of it. So
Yeah.
we're doing this as a live stream. We do have people in the chat. Lots of people here saying hi. You can see there's a chat
yeah.
right there. We got Bridget. You want to say hi to the people?
Yeah, sure. So hi, Bridget. Hi, Jean. Is that Jean?
Yeah.
Jean. Fox.
Father.
Fox Father. Fox Father. Yeah. I would say, is that Link Andy?
Linka.
Linka. Sorry.
Linka Di. Di is but her name is
Yeah.
Linka.
And
Linka
then
D. Linka
ENGLEVP.
Eagle VP.
Oh.
See, it's
Eagle.
weird on YouTube because you have to look at their they have handles. You know, it's not like their names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes. Bridget, yes.
Cool.
But
Welcome.
yeah. So, welcome to the show. And Jay Boston just popped on.
Yep.
He's on his way to Mansfield, not Ohio.
Oh.
That's what you'd know it as.
Yeah.
In Victoria, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had a long flight, just landed, took him up to Mount Cootha, as you see in the picture. Got to use the iPhone 11 Pro. He's got the iPhone 11 Pro, and we took the picture with it. I took it with my 10, and he's like, "Oh, I got the Pro," and I'm like, "Well, what are we waiting for?" I used that.
Yeah.
Wow, that
Makes a
photo
difference.
was so good. You got like a sun behind you, and it was just like so good, so good. So yeah. We'll bring whiskey out here in a second,
Okay,
just so for
cool.
people that are asking in the chat.
Oh, yeah. He's a cool dog.
Is this your first time? This is not your first time streaming because you've streamed with me in Hawaii. And I think
At the
on
house,
this show we did.
I did a contest one time.
We did name
and
that
then
tune.
I did so bad you fired me.
Yeah, that's right. You were terrible. Your
Terrible.
scoring was
But
terrible.
now that I've seen it done a while, I go, oh, I see what I should have done.
Yeah.
But you generally, he throws me into these things. Like right now, we had a 14-hour flight, and here I am on TV.
And there's a flight.
Or on your computer, I should say.
Yeah. And shout out to the person that made fun of the fact that I was wearing my own Danny Black T-shirt to pick them up. Yeah, I just, it's one of those shirts I just throw on. I wasn't trying to show off or anything. That I got shirts. If you want to buy my merch, you can't because I don't have any. That's my shout out. So, how was your flight?
You know what? It was actually pretty good. It was 14 hours, 4.5 hours from Detroit to LA, and then 14 hours from LA to Brisbane.
4.5? I thought it was more like 6 from Detroit to
straight flight.
I guess from New York to
when
LA.
you go straight, it's 4.5 hours. And so when you go from LA and you realize I'm going to be on this flight for 14 hours, you're like, wow, this is interesting. So we tried to stay up as late as we could. Probably lasted a couple hours, then you're off and on sleeping, and it's just like long flight. But I feel pretty good right now because it feels like 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, you're going to crash really hard later. So the best way to get them on this Australian time zone, I told them, first of all, the big secret is if you could take some kind of drowsy medicine on that last flight, you'll sleep and get a lot of sleep, but you don't want to sleep right away. You want to stay up for a few hours. That way you try to get like 6 to 8 hours of sleep before you land. And the problem about landing in Australia, when you land in the morning, 6 a.m. was when you're supposed to land, but you landed 30 minutes earlier than that.
Right.
They wake you up like 2 hours before landing to
Correct.
do breakfast and stuff, and it's just like, so now you're never going to get on the time zone properly because you're waking up at 4 a.m.
Right. Not to
And-
mention turbulence, random turbulence that happens.
there?
Oh yeah, that you just wake up like, oh, bouncing around, or you hear the pilot go, "Flight attendants, take your seats, please." You know, and you realize we're like over water. There's no place to land.
I do that. Is this weird that I'll look, if I get turbulence, I'll look at the map where we are, and I'll kind of gauge where the closest islands are. Like, if we crash, I'm gonna go north because that's where these islands are. I don't know why.
Well, I saw the flight path, because you can see
Yeah.
it, track your flight, and you realize we're out in the middle of nowhere and it's dark. And they're talking about, you can use these floaties. I'm thinking there's no way that's even going to help anything. So, but you just take that out of your mind. And go, it's not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna I'd be probably more likely to get struck by lightning than to have the plane
on
go down
on
the plane.
land. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. And Gareth, welcome to the stream. And yeah. So now we're gonna try to keep him up. We have a rousing plan of attack today. We're gonna take him to Costco.
Woo!
Costco. We've never been to the Costco in Australia. They go to Costco all the time in America, so we're gonna
Yeah.
see what that's like. We should have streamed there because that's riveting. That's gonna be really good. But yeah, we'll try to keep them up. But any suggestions? I'd love to know. The people that are in Australia or people that have been to Australia. Any suggestions on what you think we should do? We're gonna stay up here because they've been to Sydney before, and they've been to Cairns, and so we're gonna do some sightseeing around Brisbane and up in the Sunshine Coast and the Gold Coast. You've never been to those places.
No.
What was your impression when you getting off the plane? Like when we picked you up, what was your impression?
My impression was there's a different vibe down here than there is in Detroit. The different culture, and it's fascinating. All the people seem very friendly, but different. Like I would say, more like outdoorsy type people. But yet you're in a big city.
Yeah,
kinda the way
no,
I
that's
feel.
true.
Yeah.
And he freaked out a little bit about the driving on the other side of the road.
Oh man.
We took him up to Mount Cootha, and on the way down, it's like a two-way street,
Right.
and it's I can see how you'd freak out because you're thinking there's no other cars on the road, so you're thinking that we're on the wrong side,
Yeah.
and there's kind of
If we could come around, there'd be a head-on collision right there. But then you have to tell you just like don't think about it.
And a couple times you were confused going to the passenger side because you thought it was the driver's side.
Yeah, as soon as we got in the car, I was headed for what I consider to be the passenger side, but that's where the driver sits. So I was like, wait a minute, this isn't going to work. I'm not driving this car.
I think that my first time in Australia, when I got on a cruise ship, the taxi driver, or like the driver, picked me up, and he was like, "Hop on in." And I'm like, "Am I driving? Wait, oh, that's right." It was so weird. It was so bizarre. But yeah, you're gonna have some fun. Someone said take him to Stradbroke Island out here. There's a lot of beautiful islands out here.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Take him up to Mount Cootha. Not Mount Cootha. Mount Nagungun.
What's that?
Nagungun.
Magungan?
You know the mountain where I've done live streams from the drone, not the really big
What?
one, but the other one with the cool like
Oh yeah, yeah, I
cliff
remember that.
face.
Yeah.
We're gonna go up there.
Okay.
Mitch, Emma's brother-in-law, is gonna take you on the Tiger Moth, and you could go upside down in the plane and do all that cool stuff.
Well, we haven't talked about that. I'm not sure I'm doing that.
You're doing it. You're doing it. Even Mom said
She would do it?
Yeah. So
Wait a minute, your mom?
if she does it,
She won't
Melody
even
did
ride.
it. My
She won't
sister.
even ride a roller coaster.
Oh well, good luck to her.
She's just doing it for you. I'm telling you.
It's might as well do it. You're here. We'll have some fun.
As long as he doesn't mind me feeding the fish, because if we're flying out over the ocean and he does too many barrel rolls, I will feed
Just
fish.
don't. When he says, "Do you want to do it again?" Just say no.
Okay.
The first time you're okay, but when he says, "Do it again," and you're like, "Yeah," that's the time I
yeah.
lose it.
Okay.
And, yeah, that's interesting. So I thought, since I have you here, let's. I have like 4. I'm not just doing a little bit of these. Just 4 dad jokes.
4 dad jokes.
Okay. Yeah, and I have them here, so you can.
Oh,
you can.
okay,
You
good.
can read the blue, and I'll read the.
Okay. Are you ready? So
Yeah.
I read the blue. You're gonna
Yeah.
do the white. Okay. Do you know what Sin City is?
Yeah, that's Las Vegas.
Well, do you know what Din City is?
No?
Mass over volume. Density. Density.
Got it.
That's actually pretty good.
All right, how about this one?
Are these grandpa jokes or just dad jokes?
I think
'Cause
they're
grandpa's like
I don't know. You're right.
I'm
There
a
might be.
grandpa.
I think dad jokes turn into grandpa jokes.
Okay, this is more like a grandpa joke.
Go for it.
I farted in my wallet. Now I have gas money. That's not as good as the first one, but it's okay. This is another one. I said to my doctor, I think I might have ADHD because I can't remember where I parked my Ford. She said, that's not how ADHD works. I said, but I keep losing my focus. That's a Detroit joke.
That's funny.
That's a Motor City joke.
One more.
Ford Focus.
One
yeah.
more.
They should do that for Ford Focus
That should
commercial.
be- Everyone that
Yeah, I'll drive away
keep
from
losing
Ford
your focus. It's the new Ford ADHD.
We'll do this next.
Last one.
What weighs more, a gallon of water or a gallon of butane?
I don't know. Don't read that.
Don't read that?
Yeah.
The water, because the butane is lighter fluid. Lighter fluid, as in barbecue grill.
Amazing. What weighs more than a gallon of water, a gallon of butane? Yeah, because butane is lighter fluid.
Wow.
That's good. That's good.
I have a. You want me to tell you a dad joke?
Yeah, go.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. It has something to do with music, so hopefully you have to understand music a little bit. That's it. But there was a court orchestra that was doing an outdoor park
Yeah.
concert, and they were doing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. They were performing it, and they were outside. And at intermission, they dismissed the orchestra to take a break. String bass players walked down the street. They went to a bar. They had too many drinks. They came back to play, and just before they started playing, the wind picked up in the park. So the director asked everybody in the orchestra, be sure you tie down your scores so that they don't blow away. And so when they came back to play the last movement of the Beethoven Ninth Symphony, the director was very dismayed because he found out it was the bottom of the ninth, the scores were tied, and the bases were loaded.
Okay. That's terrible. That's stupid. That's a baseball joke too. People don't know.
I don't even know if they can understand that in Australia. I don't know. Do they play baseball here?
They do, but not like professionally.
Okay.
I think some people
would they
have
understand
taken it
that
up. There's no
joke?
baseball diamonds.
I wonder how many Australians understood that joke.
It was a very long
It was a-
joke to get to that. I will say that's the.
That's the fun part of it. It was a long joke and it wasn't worth the payoff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it funny.
I appreciate that. Let's do this really quick. Ready? Let's just get to know
Yeah.
you really quick. Whoa! Lightning interview.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do this quick.
That woke me up.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite city, but not where you live?
My favorite city, not where I live. Whoa, that would be Kona, Hawaii.
Kona. Okay, that's where we were. Yeah.
That would be my favorite city.
It's funny that I have to say start that because I don't think that Plymouth, Michigan would be your favorite city.
I'm thinking like Colorado. I filter through a bunch of places I like.
Just so you know, anybody watching, Colorado is not a city. I just
No.
want to make that clear.
That's right. I'm thinking like Aspen, Colorado.
Okay, yes.
Things like that.
Kona. But maybe Brisbane will be your favorite after this.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. What's your favorite junk food?
My favorite junk food. Whoa, man. That's a tough one. I like a lot of junk food. I don't eat a lot of it. I moderate it, but I do like a lot of it. I think what I've lately got was Little Debbie's. Their little peanut butter with a wafer, and it's crunchy peanut butter. I don't know, but other than that, sweet tarts. Have you had
Sweet
that
tarts.
junk-
Oh, yeah.
Sweet tarts would be.
I haven't had sweet tarts in a
Sweet
long
tarts
time.
would be a big one. In fact, I had them in the plane.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What other junk food did you have in the plane?
Paydays.
It's
Paydays.
good. Do you feel really frumpy afterwards? Did you eat? Did you eat all the meals on the plane?
I did. They weren't that great.
You have
And
to put
so-
salt and pepper in them.
And there's
stuff
never
like
enough water, so I buy Smart Water to have water, because you always dry up and then they're never there. And so I do that, but I do these snack packs from Costco.
that. Ooh.
Yeah, so you
Costco.
get almonds, you get cheese, and you get craisins, and it's all mixed in a pack. and we had about 7 or 8 of those packs, and they just every so often you just eat that, and it keeps you healthy, energized. So I don't feel frumpy. Then I can eat a little Debbie wafer, or I can eat a few sweet tarts, but I don't feel.
I think the
blown out.
frumpy thing is from just sitting for that long period of time, and I think like something with pressure.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we got compression socks.
Oh.
I highly recommend that because
Okay.
we flew it last time to Sydney about 14 years ago. Didn't have them. Man, your feet are swollen. It's like, whoa, what's going on
Yeah.
here? This year, nothing at all. So
That's a good idea. There you go. Little tip
And
for
then
you guys that watching.
It's cheap.
Good morning, Jelly Duck. Jelly Duck is watching from Kuwait.
Wow.
Yeah, this
What?
is Jelly Duck. This is what's the weather like, Jelly Duck?
It's hot. Or
Whoa.
it's hotter than hot. Oh my goodness.
That was live.
Was it? No.
That wasn't
Okay.
live.
I was like,
It's
how
like
did you do
it's
that?
2 a.m. in Kuwait right now.
Okay.
I have, by the way, I have like a whole bunch of clocks. That's how I know what time it
Yeah.
is everywhere.
Hopefully he's safe there with all that's going on.
Kuwait
Yeah.
is that? I
That's
see.
in the region.
It's in the region, but not Iran.
Yeah, I don't know my geography.
What's
that
going
much.
on? You've
What's
been on a
going-
flight. You don't even know what's been going on, right?
Well, no. When we flew from Detroit to LA, we got live TV on our little screen,
Mm-hmm.
and it was showing Fox News and CNN that Iraq was bombing American bases. The Iran was bombing American bases in Iraq.
Did you see that? Like there was a Ukraine plane that went down and killed from Iran. It went down and killed like 187 people, but they said it wasn't like an attack. It was just an
crashed.
engine failure
Just-
or something.
Oh,
like that.
just
So
ironic that.
They had
it
a
crashed.
bad timing, I suppose, because that made it.
Yeah.
That would that would be a bad thing. All right, so we're on
Yeah,
a
it's hard
lightning
to know.
interview. I forgot about this.
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve,
My biggest pet peeve.
or just the next pet peeve you could think of?
Boy, with my brain having been on a 14-hour flight.
Is that your biggest pet peeve? Why
My
is air
biggest
travel
pet
so
peeve.
long? Why does it take so long to get here?
My biggest pet
You got to have
peeve.
some from the airport. Come on.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, I have a lot of things that irritate me.
Yeah, let's just go
But
with-
I wouldn't say what is my biggest
all
pet
right,
peeve.
go with one that irritates you.
What irritates me is sometimes the service that you get. Sometimes the service that you get when you're flying on a plane can be very poor. And you're like, what's going on? Why aren't you? And then other times you have great service. So a pet peeve would be just people being disrespectful. Or I'll give you a pet peeve. We landed, and as soon as we landed, you get out of your seat. Everybody waits for their turn. A guy 2 rows behind me was out of his seat and already walking down
I
the
hate
aisle.
that.
That-
not that much, and you're not
that,
gonna. Yeah, that's-
that really
it
irritated me.
is,
That was
yeah. Wait
so,
your turn. I hate
was
that.
so rude.
I hate that so much.
So pet peeve is rude people would be at the top of my list. Rude people would be
yeah,
pet peeve for me.
pet peeve. Well, that's a good one. Lincoln Riddle's watching from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They just flew in from Detroit.
Wow, Pennsylvania. I bet it's cold there. I heard they're getting cold.
It's 6 p.m. in Pennsylvania,
Wow.
same as Detroit, New York.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could revive one singer for a concert, who would it be?
Oh, one singer for a concert. Who would it be? One singer who's passed, right?
Yeah,
From a
yeah,
concert.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would say. Wow, that's a great question because I can think of a lot of artists that like. Who would I really want to see? Probably somebody you wouldn't even know, but his name is Jim Croce.
Oh, Jim Croce.
Right,
Yeah.
Time
Big
in a
Bad
Bottle.
Leroy Brown.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that guy because I played acoustic guitar back in the '70s, and that's,
I didn't even know he was dead.
Yeah.
How did he die?
Plane crash.
Oh, man. Yeah, so many people died in plane
Yeah,
crashes back
Keith
then.
Green.
Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
I don't know about that. Maybe they did. Maybe did.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Jim Croce. Yeah, "Time in a Bottle." That's a great song.
Yeah.
What other song does he sing? That's "Moving Me Down the Highway."
Hey.
Rolling. I like that song. I play that one every now and then. By the way,
Yeah. Operator.
If you had what is
Operator.
it? No, I don't know.
You know, that was his famous song.
What?
It's called Operator. You look it up.
Operator.
Yeah. You don't know that song?
Is
It's
it
just-
like-
the guitar playing? He played with a guy that played 12-string guitar, and they did acoustic in the 12. But the 12-string guitar player was amazing, and they created these cool acoustic, like Danny Black acoustic stuff. Really
Yeah.
cool stuff.
I'm gonna
Check out Operator sometime.
turn this more your way.
Yeah, check it out. It's really good.
Yeah.
That was probably one of his most famous.
Anyway,
Trivia.
yeah.
Trivia.
I'll have to look that up. Operation. Right? Isn't that like the game? Okay. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
Flying. I'd like to fly. That'd
And
be
then
fun.
what?
What would it be? What would I do
Yeah.
with it?
What would you do with it?
I would enjoy God's creation. I'd fly over everything, enjoy it.
You'd be like your own drone.
I'd be like my own drone. I could
And then
fly.
I
could fly to see you. I
Then
could
the
fly to see my
FAA will
parents.
come after you and be like, "Oh, you've got to legally get a
Yeah.
permit."
I wonder if Superman has enough strength to fly over the Pacific Ocean for 14 hours.
Yeah, who knows? I bet you if you go that high, you'd die because you wouldn't have oxygen, and it'd be cold. And that's not your superpower.
You're thinking superpowers to save humanity, or to do
No.
something like that.
I like that one. Let's as a traveler, you've traveled your fair bit. Give me like one of your favorite places that you've been to.
Wow, I've been to so many. I think one of my favorite places was Alaska, and Hawaii would be great right
I
up
want to
there
go to
with
Alaska
it.
so bad.
From a cultural standpoint, Italy was unbelievable. Israel was unbelievable. Just the different culture. And you've been there.
Yeah.
You've been to some of those places. But as far as beauty, nothing beats Alaska.
Yeah.
It's like God's creation on steroids. That's what I call it. Like there's so many mountains
go
in
to Banff.
Alaska. But I mean, Banff is beautiful, and I saw pictures.
Have you been to Banff?
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't, but I want to go because of your
Yeah.
pictures. But I will tell you this: there are more mountains. Most of the mountains in Alaska don't even have names. There's so many that no one's ever even been there.
Yeah,
don't
they
even have
haven't
a name
claimed.
for it.
They haven't.
It's like mountain after mountain. It's just incredible.
I have to go there. It's I've been to 49 of 50 states.
You gotta
and
go
I
to
have not.
Alaska.
So that's next, obviously. Yeah, I'm just looking at a list. I think that's good. We got to know you pretty well.
yeah.
We got to know you pretty well from that. Let's get back into the good music. Do you like this song?
It reminds me of like Napoleon Dynamite. That
It does
underscore
a little bit, yeah.
with him dancing.
I was thinking it
So
reminds
corny.
me. Yeah.
That's what it reminds
It
me.
reminds you, like in Napoleon Dynamite when it shows like him and he's like dragging Kip. He's on his roller skates and he's on his bike. Like if we turn it up just a little bit,
In
let's
fact,
see.
I bet if you put underscore music to it, it would be perfect.
Yeah, if we could put words to it. Gosh, Tina, eat the food. Yeah. That's we were talking about Napoleon Dynamite recently. That's such a great movie.
Doesn't
because-
it sound? It's got a little of that.
It does.
Corny overtone, but vibey.
Yeah, totally
Like
does.
cool 80s.
I was gonna say I have the Napoleon Dynamite soundtrack, but we won't get there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take a little tiny break and do a little bit of a hot tech thing here, and we'll be right back.
Hi guys, welcome to Hot Tech, and today is the first Hot Tech of 2020. It's going to be a good one. CES 2020 is happening this week, where loads of companies release all sorts of technology, different things that are going to make your life a hell of a lot easier. And with loads of travelling going on recently by myself, and we know Danny does a lot of travelling, and with Danny's parents flying in from America to Australia this week, I had my mind on luggage. And this is what I found at CES 2020, because I need a new suitcase, because this is my current suitcase. Let me just show you. This is my luggage that I've had since the old days in Chicago. It's only got 2 wheels. It's a little bit heavy. It's solid. It's lasted well. It was only cheap, but it's only got 1 handle, which isn't long enough, and you always hit your legs and feet off the bottom when you're dragging it. So that's that. Introducing the Modo bag. The Modo bag is, well, it's expensive, but it's a fantastic motorized scooter kind of luggage thing, which is going to make your life easier. Look at these guys in this video having so much fun, and look at the other guy sweating, running around O'Hare. airport in Chicago, funnily enough. It's quite expensive at $1,495 US. It can travel up to 6 miles on a single charge at 8 miles an hour. It has twin USB charging points as well, so it can charge your phone or your devices on the go whilst you're traveling as well. And it comes with an option of GSM tracking, so you can track it where it is if you lose it. It's got GPS tracking, so you can find your luggage. That's pretty cool. It's standard size, the same size as a carry-on bag, so it fits in those overhead compartments. It can accommodate riders of up to 260 pounds, so if you're a bigger person, like I am after my all-inclusive holiday in Mexico, you'll be able to ride this and go around the airport faster than anybody else. Up to 3 times quicker than walking, they claim. That is Hot Tech for this week. The Modo bag. Check it out if it's something you're after. Thanks for watching me. Take it easy. See you next week. Back to everybody in the studio. Hope you're having fun, guys.
All right, thanks, Xander. That was that was so funny. So that's Xander, hot tech guy, dude. Could you imagine? We were laughing so hard watching the video of that. Just picturing, like, even some of the bigger people like, going around. What do you think would happen?
I was just picturing how rude people are right now. Just can you imagine everyone getting those things in LA airport? There would be so many wrecks.
Oh, there's
people would be yelling
wrecks,
at each other.
8 mile an hour wrecks. That's not that bad.
I know, but it'd be. I was just wondering, how do you, if you have a 50-pound limit, how do you, how much does that thing weigh when you have all the motorized stuff with it?
Yeah, you got to wonder because
You can like just pack your socks and underwear because that's all.
By the way, Shane, that was a very funny comment. Napoleon Dynamite reference there.
Yeah.
Yeah, fat lard, eat your dinner. That's, I don't know. Would you ever do something like that? Would you ever get luggage like that?
No. There's a thing called a tram, and it's free. So, and it goes faster than the suitcase.
It's one of those things, like AirPods looked weird. When you saw people wearing AirPods for the first time, you're like, that's stupid. But then when everyone started doing it, you're like, all right, it's normal now.
Well, but yeah, I don't know if that's a good analogy because I never thought it was stupid. I thought, oh, great, you don't have to have a wire. But here it'll be like, oh, great, you don't have to have a tram. But there's just too many questions. Like, I would think people would buy these things and then they would come out and ban them because they were a hazard to people. So, and then you invested $1,400 and you can't use it anymore. But that's just me. You never know. Watch this next year. We won't be driving them. Everyone's loving them. I was wrong.
No, I by the way, thanks. I turned my dad's microphone up a little bit. They were saying to turn up. I think you just got to talk louder.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I hear myself in my ear.
Yeah.
It's really loud, so I didn't realize. I thought maybe I was projecting the same. So, okay, yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry. No, never mind. I actually had you off. My bad.
Oh, well, there we go.
There we go. That's why. Thanks for that.
That
I
was
turned him
subtle.
off.
He doesn't
Because
wanna-
we were talking over Xander's video, and I didn't want to, so I muted you, but I
Okay,
forgot
that's
to turn it back on. Yeah. So he was saying, that, yeah, it'd be weird if
everybody got them, and can you imagine? Then you'd have to have traffic cops to be getting citations. It's only a 3 mile an hour here.
If you're sweating in the airport, walking to your thing,
right?
you have bigger problems.
I want to see you going down an escalator. You have to have a 4-wheel drive suitcase to get up the escalator, get up the steps, to get down. Everyone has to use the elevator.
Oh.
And can you imagine? The more I think about it,
It's so dumb.
it's not gonna work.
It's so dumb. I want to see the people that do it for the first time, and you're just like, is it like what's happening here? Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me see something. Mom. See if I can get my mom to pop on.
See, look at Whiskey. Doesn't he look good? Popped out.
Whiskey just sits here. He's a good dog. He just sits there and doesn't do anything.
He looks real. Looks 3D.
He looks very real. We're the kind of people that have pictures of our dog on pillows.
Yeah, that's right. That's the culture now.
That's the culture.
We have dogs for emotional support. They were in the plane. They're everywhere.
Well, listen. Going forward on this show, we're going to be up at the Sunshine Coast for the next week. I'm not sure exactly how what's going to happen with it. We might just go live. Just hit that notification bell to see if we do. We'll bring up some stuff. Maybe we'll just have it nice and easy, just live stream. So, I think that we could probably end it there. That was a good show. We're going to go
Did
to
you want
Costco.
your mom? Don't.
If she doesn't come in the next 5 minutes.
She's probably not. She's not one to go in front of the camera.
Not especially after a long flight. Probably not.
Probably.
But all right, listen. Click that notification bell. We'll see you next week sometime. And enjoy. Bye.
Hi.
Bye.
Say something. Bye. Next time.